Alright, this should be interesting. Let's do this. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna type in my name. Shoot. This should be fun. Alright, let's look settings. Tutorial, yes, I do need that. Voiceover. We'll decide this later. We don't know yet. New game. Story? No, we never do story. Who does story? Seriously. Goodness, freaking noobs. Hardcore mode for those who have been playing RPGs for a long time and love challenges. Very challenging mode for those who want to test their skills in numerous turn-based battles. Let's show more details. Enemies deal 30% less damage. Your group have 25% more health. Each mission of your character and your group currently increase accuracy of the next attack by 30%. Classic, Journey, Tactical. Game balance is designed for playing with a full-fledged team. Your character and 2 companions. No hidden bonuses. Your character's effectiveness depends only on their level, equipment, and proper selection of abilities. Consist use of food and medicines are crucial in gaining an advantage in battle. Classic. Oh, classic. Never know.
1971. We woke up in a different world, where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the dome. The dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Megacorporation to develop and explore the dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spire station was built on top of the dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel. The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe, seeking jobs at Cronus. You were one of those people. In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the dome towards the future.
Under the dome.
Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell.
Oh no. That seems pretty bad. Encased. Ooh. Going on a military base, fought as a mercenary in Central Africa, an unpleasant, pathological, unlucky woman, accustomed to charging forward in any situation, an avid fan of machine guns and knives. Light weapons, heavy weapons, high-tech weapons, hand-to-hand, melee weapons, catastrophics, a high score, and the skill means you're less likely to step into a bear trap or lose your hand and a hidden laser to catch it. What the heck? Psychonic. Medicine, tech, science, criminal influence, survival. Is there a random button? That would have been cool. There's like a random button. There's a story. Martin changes many professions. He was a bouncer, a loader, a stripper. What? He's a strip. What the? An underground Olgus? I don't know what that is. Until he finally found his place under the dome. He knows how to fight and how to hurt people, but for some reason others find him very likable. Heavy weapons, hand, melee. Hank often has a dream of beyond, most of them horrid and revolting. There's no escape from them. Despite his best efforts after leaving the army, Foley tried many jobs, but fate had its way. Once a soldier is forever a soldier, which is why Frank joined the Black Wing. The Black Wing. His stats are off the charts right here. Abilities. That's pretty cool. Harsh trials of life, a couple of clinical deaths, and painful divorces. Wow. All this did not break Neville, but made him a deeply religious person who sees the Providence of God in every trial. Nope. Formidable shot. Throw a wrench. Throw a wrench and stun a target for 2 rounds. It breaks your weapon. What? Crippling shot. Taking fight after fight, going through mental hospitals and having no empathy whatsoever. Don't know how to say her name. Has always been a problem. Her parents, descendants, and Russian immigrants persuaded her to go under the dome in order to somehow rid themselves of their unruly daughter. Gunsmith. Butt stroke. Crystallization. Ignite. Wear down. There's a bunch of these. Huh. Whoa, he looked creepy. Bartender. Barter. When I say bartender, I meant barter. Barter, the ability to trade, the cost of purchase of items, and reduced by 0.1% for each skill point. Pay with your feet. The ability to run in is among the few most important ones for a criminal. Yeah, it's a criminal. Light weapons, hand to hand, criminal. Whoa, he's a criminal? Yep. Orange wing. He's orange wing. What's silver wing? Silver wing, the HR department turned the blind eye to both her violent nature and bias past. Headbutt, karate chop, low kick. She's like hand to hand right there. Nope. Kick, pickpocketing. She's kind of like a thief. What the hell? This fool look ugly as hell. We got black wing, blue wing, orange wing, silver, and white. Though we're gonna actually do outstanding. Was it a mad scientist? Spray. Precision shot. Supersonic shot. Intimidation. White wings though. I like this. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, let's edit the character. In the character creation screen where you will create a protagonist to plunge into adventure under the dome. To begin, choose the name of your character. Select the wing in which they work, their portrait, and adjacent their physical appearance. Black. The most powerful weapons and advanced military equipment. The employees of Blackwing protect humanity from the myriad hazards of the dome. Blackwing's command is made up of the best officers from most highly trained armies in the world, who coordinate their subordinates to provide maximum security for everyone from every wing under the dome. These 5 departments are engaged in different activities. Choosing a wing affects the background of your character, starting attributes, values, initial equipment, and answers optional in dialogue. Got it. Huh. Custom portrait? I don't have one. I wish I did. Body type, man. Don't change that. Ugly faces. Oh, weird mustaches. Oh my goodness. Maybe 45. Attribute distribution. Huh, okay. Physical strength affects hit points, encumberness, close quarter damage, heavy weapons, hand to hand, melee weapons, and tech skills. Perception, awareness, and guts, charisma, brains. Dexterity time. Action time. Affects starting action points, movement speed, initiation, evasion, light weapons, hand to hand, criminal, and contraption skills. 42. Just go with what they have for now. I want to see how this game plays. In Encased, characters have a variety of skills that reflect their prowess in specific areas by handling different types of weapons, applying medicine, or repairing equipment. We recommend choosing 2 applied and 1 combat skill, but you may select 3 skills as your tag skills. This will add additional 30 points to each tag skill. To tag a skill, click on our icon and left click. Combat applied. I like this one. Passive. Ability to run over living creatures on the road without inflicting fatal damage to yourself or the vehicle. I think that's pretty cool. Heavy weapons? What if I don't want heavy weapons? Machine gun? I don't want heavy weapons. I want... I got machine gun. I got tech weapons. Hand to hand. Melee. Melee sounds fun. So we're gonna do melee. Fatigue plus 75 increases the target's fatigue by 200 by 400 in case backup attacks. A high score in this skill means that you're less likely to step into a bear trap. Yep. I like it. They got other ones though too, don't they? Yeah, that's a piloting, medic, tech, science, criminal, influence, survival. camouflage. Permanent. Kinda wanna do tech. But tech is more like guns. Let's see, hacking, chemical weapons, criminal, cheating. You can gamble? What? Lockpicking? You know what? Lockpicking usually in games like this always comes in handy. So we're going criminal. We'll go criminal, piloting, melee weaponer. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. When creating a character, you can choose one personality trait for them. It has both pros and cons and is entirely optional. In case you create a character with low intelligence, one more additional trait named as a bag of hammers will be added to automatically. You and your friends survived many troubles, but some were not so lucky. Now you are torn apart by the Colossus feelings of guilty over the death of your comrades, and it seems to you that the dome itself has been saturated with it. The light weapons. Let's say if we're going up close and personal with melee weapons, we kind of want something more along the lines of like maybe health, resistance to something. Gun fanatic, no. Heat resistance, biochemical resistance, energy resistance. Yeah, but it negatively affects everything else. Hell no. Regeneration, fortitude, resilience. Vampire, fatigue minus 400 when killing an enemy. Stunned for the next round. You were struck by a poorly researched mental disorder that occurs only under the dome. What? Redneck? Guts? +4. Perk rate? +1. Number of levels to get a new perk point. Close quarter damage +13. Cannot wear pants and jackets. What? That's a side effect? You can't wear pants or jackets? That's weird. Damage +20% for each companion in the party. Companions' learnability is -20. Thrill Seeker. Experience +50% with health less than or equal to 35%. Experience -25% with Health over 35. Wow, so you have to be pretty much almost dead to gain this perk. Okay, bossy. Charisma +2, precision -5, and cover plus. Wow, nope, we're not on that. Saved EP. Slowpoke. Slacker. Isn't that convenient? Convenient, sorry, I can't speak. Skill point per level. Perk points +2 at the start of the game. At the start of the game. It's only at the start. Skill points -3 when leveling up. Like the whole time. Convenient, right? You could lecture on an art avoiding work if you weren't too lazy. Even for that, loads of free time allowed you to develop exciting new perks and habits, but you are terrible, reluctant to learn something new. How long have I been recording? Goodness. 32 minutes? Goodness. Creating this stuff is hard. Space leads you through life. In the smallest moments, you see signs from above, following which you more than one avoided trouble, but thinking about the unearthly makes you feel aversion to the violence. Fortitude, resilience, vampire, now redneck guts. Close quarter, can't wear pants. Oh my goodness. Thrill seeker. This is a risky play though. Up close and personal. Alright. Hand-to-hand combat or melee weapons. And I want to be low health at all times for more experience. I mean, it doesn't mean I have to. It just means at times when I'm below 35% health, I gain more experience. So honestly, I want to go with that. Thrill seeker. I do more than one? Oh no. I do one. Great, your character's almost complete. Now double check your data and confirm your choice. The dome and its many secrets await. Alright, so somehow I still have heavy weapons. Hand-to-hand and melee weapons. Wow. Piloting and tech. This should be fun. Learn ability. Wow. Look at that. Base 80 plus 2 times precision and psyche. Ha! 0. Alright, so I got big muscles. I have fortitude. I say we start the game. I don't see anything wrong with that. Those of you that are stopping by and actually watching it, you might see a problem with it. Press any key to start. Or continue. Let's start. Continue. Same thing. Interacting with different characters is an important part of the game. To start a dialogue, click on the character plot information, clues, and even receiving tasks. Choose your lines carefully. Careless words can cause resentment or provoke a fight. Oh my. There's so many.
A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction site below through the occasional break in the clouds. His badge reads Igor Patan, planner. The blue taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English.
I guess I can't speak to him because I don't have influence.
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Monty James, Silverwing.
He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting. And your CV, wonderful. Inspiring, really. When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks. Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months. Besides that, 0, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
Say you've always dreamed of meeting people of other races and culture and then killing them all. What the? Okay. Apply that here professionally and you go where your skills are needed most. Explain that your mission is to protect mankind from the alien threat.
The silver peers at you more closely.
Wait. Let me guess. Are you a mercenary? French Foreign Legion, right? Fought in Africa, Latin America? Yeah, I know. You don't like to talk about it.
An uncomfortable silence rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green? This is my first sandstorm.
Well, I can't say anything else.
A young, dark-haired woman is staring through the illuminator, her gaze glued to the slowly approaching desert. She's whispering softly.
We've crossed the border. No way back now.
No way back now. Oh.
She turns to you. The shiny badge on her white jumpsuit reads, Tomoko Kimura, physiologist. As the woman takes in your black uniform, her smile fades.
There are 6 people in this capsule. 2 of them in black jumpsuits. Not a statistically significant sample, but the trend is
She says with a squint. Kimura shakes her head disapprovingly and turns back to the illuminator.
This place is a scientific treasure trove, and you're treading all over it in your jackboots, blowing up doors that are thousands of years old, acting like you own this world. What devilment.
Okay. This is attitude. Argues that you have a duty to protect Kronos personnel from the dangers of the dome. Say there are a lot of orgies under the dome, and some of them are dangerous.
The white's face warps into a derisive grimace.
How many convicts have you actually met in your life? They're human beings, regular, normal people. And you
yet
come
they
here convinced
will
they're
kill
subhuman,
you.
lower class, that they deserve suffering and death instead of the new life under the dome that they were promised. Such a viewpoint makes you more dangerous than any prisoner.
Oh yeah? I'll show you.
The badge on the orange's chest reads, Quentin Bisley. He eyes your black uniform and quickly turns away.
Of course he does. You don't want to deal with me.
A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. The polished to a shine badge on her black overalls reads, Elsa Olafson, Security Service. She glances at you and offers her hand in a businesslike manner.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa nods at the orange.
Of course he does.
I just follow orders. Even if his crime was embezzlement, I have to keep him cuffed. Those are the rules.
Olafson shrugs in a sharp, mechanical way, as if racking the slide of an assault rifle.
Oh.
Our friends from the administration didn't deign to inform me about this man's record. Could be I'm escorting a serial killer. It's corporate policy, you know.
She gives the silver a vengeful look.
Didn't I talk to everyone? What does that do? Okay, bring up this. Bring up my inventory. Where's my monies? My monies! Okay. Reputation, map, dome, quest. What do I do?
Monty nods at the window.
Nope.
Patanen smiles.
Nope.
Kimura doesn't.
Nope.
Bisley pretends. Olafson watches you steadily, her expression calm. Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly approaches. It looks brown-black through the tinted glass and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like the clouds are pulling apart there. You peer into the rusty clouds of dust blowing along a dirt road leading south. The southern sector. Every black winger has heard the whispers about Operation Simoon, a major offensive under preparation since the early days of development of the dome. Kronos is recruiting troops capable of capturing the southern territory. an area heavily guarded by the Forefathers' defense systems. Maybe you yourself will end up in one of those troops. Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze. The outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole. The capsule shudders as the braking devices engage.
See. In Encased, you can rotate the camera using E and Q keys, as well as zoom in and out by pressing... Oh, that's far away, okay. Camera is not tied to the character. You can move using WASD or turn right and tab. Got it. I can do this, tab. Hey Ted, what are you guys thinking inside? Come on, come on.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A cheerful man in a white lab coat grabs you by the sleeve. A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform, which still smells pungently of washing powder.
Look over there.
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars. You raise the binoculars to your eyes. Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger. Its core glows with flickering green light and flashes rhythmically, and that rhythm seems to form a complicated pattern. Nuzzi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal, some kind of message.
The scientist looks blankly at you, then down at his lab coat.
Ah, this? This?
He lets out a blaring light. Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Nuzzi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to Crystal Sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off and turned into money. It's not like I endorse this, but we all like ourselves a good paycheck, right?
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Right.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's amazing.
Nuzzi looks from you to the capsule and to the landing terminal entrance. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Your colleagues are already inside, and the storm is growing stronger. Yeah, the storm is growing stronger.
The White mutters in fascination, eyes glued to his binoculars, which is fixed on the spinning whirl of clouds.
That's pretty cool. Could have swore I pushed the button.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
A world a better place. Throughout the game, you will perform various tasks, some of which lead you through a story as well as others that reveal different aspects of life under the dome. You can always find out the tasks and read details in the data section. Okay. Do 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 do. Ah.
Attention, attention. Look for relics carefully. In case
That's the map.
life will be forfeit.
That's data.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Hold on. I also think that we need to use settings, sound.
Mr. Rayhead, would you bring me a cup of coffee, please? Colleague.
Greetings, newcomer.
Well,
Come over
never
here and register, please.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach. The employee glances at you indifferently. His upper lip is ever so slightly curled in contempt.
All new employees must register first thing. Come up to the desk, please.
The nameplate on the desk tells you you're talking with Dean Rayhead, administrator. The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
Ah, I almost forgot the regulation pre-registration greeting. Just a second.
Rayhead produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode with a harsh, crackling sound, over which the tick-tick of a metronome slowly grows louder. Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of the Cronus Foundation, I, Administrator Dean Rayhead, welcome you to your new life under the dome.
Under the dome.
The administrator clears his throat and continues.
By joining our company, you choose the path of science and progress. You are among mankind's best, and we ask that you live up to this.
Dean squints down at the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly. Obey the law. Respect your colleagues, and
The music fades, and the administrator finishes his speech.
together we will build the best possible future for all mankind.
Dean puts the tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod. You spell out your first and last names and specify your wing, profession, and test results. The administrator's fingers fly across the keyboard as he enters your information into the Cronus database. Rayhead scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series of briefings. Please pass me your Selectron so I can update the firmware.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing of his computer. The administrator returns your Selectron.
Here you are. you now have first-level clearance. As a Blackwing employee, you get access to the barracks, the armory, surveillance rooms, remand centers, and other specialized facilities.
I can go to the armory? I mean, I can go shoot up schools and places? Just kidding. I would never do that.
Dean continues.
All new employees have
In
a
the
short
game.
list of tasks to perform on
Yours.
arrival. Do you want to hear all the details, or just the short version?
Rayhet snorts.
To make it short, get your uniform from storage, your weapons from the armory, pass the Psi abilities test, and complete your weapons training at the training zone. Then learn how to use the scanner, avoid anomalies, and properly catalog anything you observe. Last, go to the waiting room and wait for the bus to Magellan.
Dean sits back in his armchair.
That's it. I hope there aren't any questions.
Rayhet claps his hands in satisfaction.
Great.
He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your new messages. Well, that's all, I think.
Messages sent to you by various game characters are stored in the message section of your Kairos. Messages from some employees' computers also end up there. All new messages are in the inbox tab, and after reading are removed to the archive tab. Dialogue, combat, general. Nice. Combat. Whew. We got data. Alright. We already did instruction. Firmware. Alright, so field uniform. Where would that be? I'm over here. Characters, locations, doors, workbench. Gunsmith, workbench. What's her name again? Do I can talk to? Cindy Maynard. Maynard? I can speak English. Alright, I gotta go right here. So that would be through this door right here. Of course. Of course it's simple as that. Tab.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery hair shines with something like brilliantine. His badge says, Sidney Maynard, storekeeper.
Maynard.
The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sidney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant and studies the lined pages.
Attention, attention.
The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
This is your first uniform requisition, right? You can also purchase any equipment you need for the desert directly from me.
Maynard adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
And before I give you the uniform, please listen to these short instructions.
Sidney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. You may get shot, spill acid on yourself, get electrocuted,
What?
or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly.
What?
You may also freeze to death or get fried.
I don't like that.
That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors.
Yeah.
Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit boxes piled in the back of the warehouse. He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course, but they're not always available. So, you'd better learn how to use repair kits and workbenches on your own. It's a useful skill.
Got it. Useful skill.
Sydney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now, I'm going to issue your uniform.
The silver disappears into the back for a while and returns with a small package. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you a brand spanking new uniform.
Standard issue Blackwing equipment, trousers, boots, jacket. Everything is stain resistant and armored. Bear in mind, this gear is made from all natural materials. Oh, Cronus takes care of its employees.
He says with a bit of swagger. He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Sydney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform. Enjoy.
Sydney adjusts his glasses.
Sure, I'll show you what we've got. You know, we're pretty well stocked here in Concord. Take a look.
Trade is an important element of Encased. While playing, you will meet characters who you can trade with either by choosing related dialogue options or by clicking a barter button in the dialogue interface. Got it.
Sydney scribbles something in his logbook.
Please come back anytime if you need something.
Weird. Alright. Oh, you can hit someone with a shovel? Or kill someone with a shovel? I don't know. Worker's belt. Soldier's belt. How much money do I have anyways? Oh, I have 40. I probably don't have enough for anything. 50. Yeah. Nope. Net noodles. Backpack. But I don't have gloves though. But of course, soldier gloves are 50.
Attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Yeah, I got tape.
Anything urgent, Mr. Kratchkov?
Katarzyna, did you mark it as Class 1 again, instead of 2? Look, here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific device.
Wait, but it's still Class 1. I'm not going to violate protocol.
You got failed quest, completed, companion, side, main, tracking. Alright, so success, uniform, tube, before heading to the training zone. You need to get yourself a weapon. Talk to Margaret. Something in the armory. I'm right here.
Katarzyna, my dear, you may violate protocol as long as it benefits the company. Take your lead from your colleagues. Correct your report if you have to, and don't act so innocent.
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe An open logbook full of signatures and a metal flip calendar sit on the counter in front of her. A small nameplate reads, Margarita Tkachenko. The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her voice is deep and gravelly. Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her logbook.
I see. This was your first receipt.
She glances at her Kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats to the shelves. The black returns a couple of minutes later with a big baton.
Here you go. This thing's indispensable in close combat.
She swipes the baton through the air, then rolls it between her hands with clear satisfaction.
Like it? Enjoy.
Margarita lets out a big puff of smoke and shakes her head.
Shift it to the side, silly Billy, or you'll trip over it.
Tkachenko removes the pipe from her mouth and releases a stream of smoke.
Yes, this thing has one drawback.
It doesn't shoot.
The black chuckles.
Listen, a baton is a baton.
The armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weaponry shop. Or me.
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Fatherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man nonetheless. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
Encased has several modifiable keys that will make your gameplay much more comfortable. Hold shift to view more detailed tooltips for items. Hold control to attack characters and doors. Got it. Hold R Alt to highlight interactive objects and objects lying on the ground. The caster showed me everything.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
A lean Silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth is sitting in front of you. As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the table. Something really weird happens.
What?
All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andrei Mihai, Science Instructor, floats up as well. The silver trills with laughter. He approves of your reaction. The objects fall back to the tabletop with a light clatter.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud of smoke. The silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. Andrei gropes your hand briefly, then lets go, disappointed.
The pills, huh? The anti-migraine, sleeping pills, neuroleptics, downers. What do you mean you don't take them? Well, off you go then. That means no talent, huh? Why waste time? No wasting time now. But alas, regulations demand it, so I'll give you a glove too. Regulations, huh?
The silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an ooh mama hold me tight glove.
What?
It takes energy from your noggin, your psyche, and pew, concentrates it.
You do what now with the brain and a glove and a pew and a what?
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
Honest work will make the world a better place.
Mihai spreads his hands good-naturedly as if to say, "You're welcome." The toothpicks on the table skitter around for a moment, arranging themselves into a curse word. The silver laughs loudly at his joke. The cigar falls from his mouth to float in the air. Ash flakes. The silver takes a pull at his cigar and releases a self-important puff of smoke.
Psionics. It's a gift for all of us. The forefathers took off someplace. Poof, gone. Only the dome remains. And this. Psionics, huh?
He rocks back in his armchair, puffing on his cigar. The toothpicks again slowly rise up from the table. Mihai spreads his dark hands. Toothpicks hover around his head in a kind of halo.
Scientists say everyone has an organic skill called psyche. You have it, I have it, everyone has it, uh-huh. Big psyche, you got talents. Small psyche, no talents. You'll need to carry a lighter all your life.
You don't have to ask. The filament begins to glow faintly. Soon, in a little over the silver.
Alright, we're done. We're done.
Attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
The locker. Mine's still on. That's super cool. The game world is vast and divided into many separate locations, some of which may be temporary and inaccessible. Oh wow, I don't know how to speak English. Temporary and inaccessible. Transitions between locations usually look like doors sealed off a dark area, hatches, or specifically marked areas. If the way is free, click on them and the character will open the portal to move through.
I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures. I hate those oranges. What the hell do they break locks for?
A better place.
Trash bin. We got a mop and something like that.
As you reach to open the sliding door, an engineer in a bright blue jacket stops you.
Hold on there, Chief. It's out of order. See? You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, this is Maxim Penkovsky, technician. The technician slaps the door with one hand.
You have to wait until I'm done. Some orange jammed up the lock with chewing gum just for a laugh. They're like animals, those oranges, marking their territory. If you ask me, they're too gracious about those bastards in Crystal Sands.
Penkovsky chuckles.
Yep. Looks like you don't get it. Tons of relics pass through Concord. The base is laid out to make everyone walk a single route, with the top level as separate as possible from the bottom. You get the memo?
He turns back to the lock.
So in the meantime, take a load off. Have a coffee. Loosen up.
Have a coffee.
Watch the storm through the window.
Have a coffee.
We're seeing a lot of those out here.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision probe from behind his ear and dangles it in front of you.
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
Yeah.
He looks at you expectantly. The blues getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of tools and gadgets.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime hoists up his belt. The blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing hab pods. Those are a real pain in the ass.
Penkovsky gives you a patronizing look.
Because they're poorly made, warped from the heat, and the filters aren't worth a damn. The modules were constructed by marketing managers, not engineers. Building a city in the desert was also their idea. This project is all about PR. Cronus wants to show the world how tough they are.
Throughout the game, you will come across locked doors or containers. Unfortunately, they can be unlocked. Why unfortunately? Anyways, use the right button on the locked door and select the desired ability from the list. The use of special lockpicks increases the chance of success. Both of those usually deplete rather quickly. In addition, you can break down the door with brute force, or if there is a terminal nearby, try to open the door with it. Okay.
I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
Can you sit on the bench? Oh shit! That's pretty cool. Anyways, what we got? Scan, bolt throwing.
Get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
Wait, do you want me to apply it to this door?
You're doing great. All right, off you go. I'll keep working on this lock because of that orange. Hey-oh.
Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
That's 4. I mean, it's 5, sorry.
Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
Cherry flavored, beef flavored noodles, morning. Huh.
You'll be lying by a swimming pool, sipping a martini.
Remember, our honest work will make the world a better place. World a better place.
Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detailed plans
Welcome
are
Under the
ready.
Dome, an amazing
According to
excursion to
them,
a world of new
there will
technology
soon
and
be
the
a
Success,
riddles of
success,
civilization.
success. Step 4, undergo the basic military training. Find the instructor, Winston Botherby, at the Concord Station. Map. I'm right there. Ah. Missing bother by. Yep, right there. I was so close.
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine, and Eve Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing.
Whoa!
You're going to be late for your funeral as well?
What? It's not my fault. No, sir. And say that's you wish to receive.
The black looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon received check mark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
Botherby leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door is a combat simulation computer. Launch it and begin your course.
He raises his index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field. Your goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration. And try to aim the barrel away from yourself when shooting.
I don't have a barrel. I have a baton, you idiot.
Pulling a notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all. Go ahead.
What? Oh my goodness. I'll slap you aside your head. Throughout the game, you will often have to interact with various computers, terminals containing useful information, allow you to turn on and disable mechanicism, and open locked doors. If you accidentally or intentionally kill one of them, the main characters, and the information on how to progress further in the game can almost always be found in the terminal. So I can kill him and still do my mission. What it sounds like. Before ending the comment, make sure you are prepared. Check your companion's health. Move your weapon from the inventory to the hand slot. Load your gun if necessary. Prepare medicine to encounter health damage. Consider the sequence of your actions and the directions of your attack, or well, just make a bloody mess. I'll just make a bloody mess. I like that. Welcome to the Sherman holographic combat emulation system. Please select the program. Let's go! Proceed in the training zone. Encased has a turn-based combat system that the move sequence of your opponents, allies, and yourself is determined by initiate action points, AP points. Yes, we know what AP points is. Action points are spent on moving, using the abilities and attacking. If after performing all your desired actions, you still have some action points left, you can spend them on increasing your defense class by clicking on the cover button, V key, or use the finish the current turn and save them for the next one. Space key. Alright. How many action points do I have? Where's the action points? I have 10 action points. So that would be 10 exactly. That's a mine. Various actions such as eating food or taking medicine may impose certain status effects on you. They can last for different times and be positive or negative. Some attacks and abilities can also apply a status effect that changes the character's characteristics of the target. For example, bleeding or poison will gradually reduce their health. Yeah, we know. Oh, he got a gun! In almost every battle, you are surrounded by interactive objects, traps, pools of toxic goo, flames, or barrels of fuel that can be blown up with a well-aimed shot. All this can give you an advantage or complicate your life, basically. Yeah, we get it. Alright, that's pretty cool. My headbutt is full. Goodness.
This is the dome from the inside.
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success.
What?
You're dismissed.
He's so rude.
You'll be lying by a swimming pool, sipping a margarita right on this spot. Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detailed
New technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization.
Baton. Could have used baton, guys.
Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
Okay. So if I use a baton, I get different skills. Same thing with Scion ability. Okay.
Welcome.
You see a tall scientist in a white lab coat, bathed in the dim lamplight. He almost appears to be hovering above the laboratory floor. The man turns at your footsteps. He's holding a paper clipboard and a pencil. His shimmering silver badge reads Sebastian van Olden. He glances from you to the glittering watch on his wrist.
I want us to respect one another's time. Please speak loudly, clearly, and to the point. You must be the newcomer I was told about. Nice to meet you.
Attention. Please handle relics
Finished with his unusual greeting, he offers you his thin hand. The scientist puts the clipboard aside, raises his watch for a closer look, and sets the timer.
Okay.
He shows you his watch dial.
According to the rules of this briefing, I have to touch on a large number of topics. Therefore, I will do so very briefly. Do not interrupt me. When I'm finished, I'll answer your questions. Within regulations, of course.
Oh my goodness. You got
Sebastian
buy the book guy over
produces
here.
his handheld and clicks some buttons.
I checked your scanner. It's working and is connected to the Minerva database. Everything you scan will earn you Kronos or Forefathers knowledge points.
Got it.
The instructor watches you with displeasure.
Are you listening? Scan everything that might be of scientific interest. First of all, anomalies. They could be dangerous. Make sure to always have medication with you.
He places a canvas pouch in your hand.
This pouch is full of bolts. You can temporarily discharge an anomaly by throwing a bolt into it. It's primitive, but reliable.
Van Olden pushes a button on his stopwatch.
So, my oral briefing fell within the allotted span of time. Any questions you want to ask me?
Sebastian snorts skeptically.
Oh, great. You're even ignorant of the basics. Minerva is a mainframe located at Magellan Base, where you'll be going soon, by the way. The Minerva disk stores the database containing every piece of information about the Dome and the company's employees. It is thanks to this scanning that the database is constantly updated. Are you ready for the second part of the briefing, or do you have any more questions?
The instructor looks at his chronometer again.
Goodness. Stuck up much? Let's just annoy the shit out of him. Let's see.
The researcher winces.
Why do I have to spell out every single thing for you? Take a bolt, throw it at the anomaly, and it goes off. Any more questions?
Just to piss him off. Oh my goodness.
You'll need some one-use stimulator injectors, bandages to stop bleeding, and anti-radiation agents and radio protectors, including ARAD-3.
The white ticks these off on his fingers. He produces a black-capped, transparent plastic jar out of his pocket.
According to protocol, you should have this medicine. I'll give it to you as soon as we proceed to the practical part of the briefing. Are you ready, by the way, or do you have any questions?
The scientist glances at his watch
Let's
again.
move on.
You're within the time limit for questions. The next step is training in the artificial eco-zone.
He rests one finger on the button in preparation to start the timer.
You're going to go downstairs and scan relics. I will be monitoring your progress. Please note there are several radioactive anomalies in the eco-zone. These are the same conditions you'll be working in the field. Radioactive zones and relics are quite common under the dome.
He smoothly extracts a jar of yellow pills from his pocket.
Here's your ARAD-3. And one more thing. Just a moment.
Whistle for all wings and receive a colorful leaflet.
Casinos, spas.
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
You have a scanning ability. To perform a scanning, select the ability to in the panel and then click on an object that you want to scan. For each successful scan, you receive knowledge points and data obtained in the process to store in your words.
Victoria Legrand and the dome from the
Careful around the anomalies.
Yeah.
And you'll be injured.
I got it. Don't. Got it. Don't touch the anomalies.
Toss a journal entry. A successful scanning attempt. You're doing all right so far. Go ahead. I'll keep an eye on you and make sure you don't screw it up.
Does it normally just come back? It does.
Journal entry. 2 objects scanned. And again, watch out for anomalies. Touch one and you'll be injured. Possible? Discharge it. Don't touch the relics with your hands, employee. Use your scanner. Radiation sickness will not add to your knowledge. Journal entry. All 3 objects have been employee.
Sebastian meets you on the platform.
Your finishing time is within the acceptable range.
He clicks the stopwatch button, fixing the result time. The scientist turns back to his notes.
Not bad. One question. You observed several anomalies while scanning. Why do you think they appeared? I'd like to hear your opinion.
The scientist assumes a superior expression.
I knew you'd come up with something like that. I see you understand nothing about the nature of anomalies. So let me add a couple of points.
He glances at the shimmering blue light in the eco-zone.
The truth is, we don't know the precise reason for these phenomenon either. We actually know nothing, no matter how much we try to convince ourselves otherwise.
So you're just saying you thought you were superior or more superior than me, and then continue to tell me no one else knows what the anomalies really are?
Sebastian points a thin finger at the clustered lightning.
I personally believe that the anomalies are the dome's security mechanism. The ones you saw are relatively harmless, but there are different anomalies in the desert, phenomenon that toy with the human mind.
Got it. Toy, human mind. Got it.
Van Olden clasps his hands behind his back.
I know you don't care, but I'll say it anyway. Scientists today are required to be wonder workers who can heal cancer with a wave of their hand and solve the secrets of the universe during their coffee break. For some reason, no one wants to understand that fundamental science is always an investment in the future. It produces no answers here and now.
The White's gaze strays back to his clipboard.
If something terrible happens under the dome one day, and I'm sure it will, science will protect no one. That is all. Off you go.
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Dome from the Inside with me, Victoria LeGrand. As you can see,
Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world
Ed,
of new
spit it out.
technology and the
I can see that something's bothering you.
Well, employee, please come here. There's an urgent task for you. I'm all ears.
The giant display glows welcomingly when you approach. A red light comes on under the screen's steel hood. The camera is switched on. A gray old man with high cheekbones appears and squints out at you from the screen.
Do you copy?
He leans close to the camera, his glasses glittering.
My name is Martin Kingsley. I'm Chief Officer of Magellan Base. We were supposed to meet in person, but unforeseen circumstances prevented that. One moment. I'll grab your file.
He reaches for something out of view and produces a thin folder with your name on the cover. Apparently, your file. Kingsley opens the folder to thumb through the pages. He marks one of the pages with a pencil.
Why did you choose Blackwing? There are other divisions in the corporation you could have worked in.
Kingsley's waiting for your answer. Martin nods and writes something down.
Cronus has much to offer. Varied assignments, our own training zone, and the opportunity to move up through the ranks.
Kingsley closes the file and folds his hands in front of him.
Thank you for your reply. I learned a little more about you. Now I want you to learn a little bit more about us. Keep in mind, this is not a rehearsed speech.
He assumes a serious expression.
When the dome was discovered in 1971, it became a scientific and media sensation, a worldwide phenomenon, and likely the most significant discovery in the history of mankind.
Kingsley drums his fingers on the unseen desk, his gaze focused somewhere beyond.
I see. You were enticed here by radio advertising, telefilms, and all those interviews, billboards at every turn.
Probably.
Cronus wants the world to see the dome as a stage where something merry and fascinating is going on. But now that you're actually here, I want you to see the real picture.
You can't make out his eyes behind the glare on his spectacles, but he seems to be staring directly at you.
Here's the truth. Nobody was waiting for us inside the dome. It's neither a treasury of technology...
He looks back at your file.
I say, do what must be done.
Right.
Because that's what the concept of the 5 wings is all about.
Kingsley points at the camera.
You're from Blackwing. Your duties are simple and straightforward. But you have to understand, everything you do is to maintain order and peace. Once people panic, they kill each other much quicker than the dome ever would.
Putting the folder aside, he sits back and stares at you in silence. It gets so quiet that the ticking of a clock can be heard through the speakers. Kingsley sighs quietly.
You were probably waiting for some boilerplate welcome speech. But I prefer to talk about real-world problems. Glad to meet you.
Martin nods slowly.
I apologize once again for this long-distance meeting. Now, as we don't have much time, I'd like to get to the point. I'm sure you're curious why you were taking off the bus to Magellan and brought here instead.
He moves closer to the camera.
I'm going to show you a short video. Please pay attention.
Kingsley's face freezes on screen.
I have an urgent mission for an employee of your background and qualifications.
Oh no.
I'd have assigned someone from Magellan, but I'm short on personnel. That's why it has to be a newcomer. I apologize again for the rush, but it seems I have no choice.
Martin noisily clears his throat.
Maybe you've heard about Nashville Base. While preparing the materials for this mission, I came across a short documentary film about the complex. I think you should watch it.
The speakers produce a hollow click. Purple, gray, and black spots flicker on the screen. A blurred title, The Cronus Archive, 1971 to 1974. The shadow of an airplane flies across a faded yellow desert. A cheery voice fills the room. Every day, our researchers uncover more and more of the dome's secrets. There is no doubt the underground structures, so-called objects, are organized according to some pattern. Though early on, the importance of the relics to scientific research was considered insignificant. The desert dims into the black of a chalkboard. White lines drawn by an invisible hand begin to sketch a schematic of the dome. The narrator continues. By 1972, however, many important discoveries had come to light in a period of only a few months, and the construction of stationary research bases adjacent to the more promising objects began. Personnel moved into Ankara in May of 1972, and within half a year, Boston and Dessau were also brought into service, though the biggest discovery was yet to come. The picture changes to a chasm suffused with electric light, people bustling about everywhere. The speaker's voice seems to come from a distance. In November of 1973, a massive network of underground caves and a structure of hitherto unseen complexity was discovered in Sector C-12. Soon afterwards, the construction of C-12 Nashville began. The camera glides through dim caverns as the silhouettes of bizarre mechanisms emerge. Metal structures loom up from the dark, surrounded by earth-moving machines and exhausted miners wearing orange jumpsuits. The speaker continues. C-12 Nashville is an innovative research complex located atop the primary relic mining location. The complexity of this object is unique. Communications... The film abruptly cuts out, and Kingsley's face reappears.
The rest of this information is classified. Hopefully you get the main idea. Nashville is a very special place, requiring people with both special qualifications and special clearance level, though yours will do for your task.
Martin adjusts his glasses.
So, the task. Nashville base stopped transmitting and receiving signals yesterday evening. A reconnaissance group was sent out earlier today, but we haven't heard anything from them yet either.
The chief officer rubs his forehead.
Normally, I would never give this task to a newcomer like yourself, but I just don't have enough people.
He looks down at the documents again.
Furthermore, the group was lacking someone with your specialization. I decided that a visit to an established base like Nashville didn't require an armed escort. That may have been a big mistake.
Kingsley is looking into the camera once more.
Your task is to get to Nashville, figure out whatever's behind the communication problem, get in touch with the group, and work with them to solve the problem.
The chief officer carefully returns the documents to the folder. You notice his hands tremble slightly.
Go downstairs. The truck must be waiting for you in storage. This task is urgent, but a small delay is acceptable if there's anything you need to settle here first. That is all. Any questions?
Attention, attention.
Kingsley's hand reaches toward the camera.
Great to hear. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you later.
Prepare yourself to leave the base defensive perimeter and venture into the outside of the world of the dome, where you must rely solely on yourself and your companions. Check your gear one last time and go to the orange truck waiting for you in the garage, on which you will continue your journey to Nashville's facility. Nice. Alright. Alright. Newcomer. I think I did everything, right? You've completed the combat training line and the relics in uniform crash. Successful. Complex.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
You're heartless, Ulf. Did I tell you that before? Well,
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
Glad to meet you.
Wow.
The highway leading to C-12 Nashville is blocked by an anomalous storm, and you're forced to detour over a mountain pass. Soon, the radiator boils over, and you have to stop. Clara lifts up the hood and thoroughly examines the steaming radiator.
The engine's boiling, so we'll have to wait. You do know what happens when a car boils, right? It's...
The Blue shuts her mouth abruptly and stares anxiously at the dark funnel cloud dancing on the horizon. Now that you're on higher ground, it's clear that the storm has overtaken a fairly large section of road. It will be difficult to pass. The Blue looks at the engine again.
We wait. As soon as it cools down, we'll go. This storm worries me more, but it's not an insurmountable problem. I heard there are some relics at the local gas station that protect against anomalies. You could even accidentally step on one out here, they say. Mysterious are the ways of the Lord.
The Blue looks at the storm once more.
There've been more and more of these lately, and they're getting stronger. I personally think it's divine judgment for how we've squandered the riches under the dome.
She sighs and squirms.
I knew people who got caught in one of those storms. They blow up so fast, there's no chance to get away. God rest their souls.
The Blue makes the sign of the cross. Morgan thinks for a moment.
It's a combination cafe gas station called Roadside Picnic. Never been there myself, but there's something off about it. There are several anomalies around there and weird relics. Supposedly, machines and structures decay much faster than they should in that area. But maybe that's just a story.
I guess we'll go to the gas station and figure it out. Cool, I guess. Alright. Whoa. MK1 turret decommissioned. Got it. This is scan everything, right? So, scan everything. There's a person in here.
Who the hell goes there?
A weird, scruffy old man with a matted beard is sitting in front of the checkout terminal. The badge on his blue jumpsuit is long since bleached away. The name Aaron Melville is written there in black marker. With a groan, he picks up a magnifying glass and, peering through it, begins poking at the keyboard with one knobby finger. The old man angrily sets the magnifying glass aside.
A Grand Master? You're a piece of junk, not a Grand Master. And a cheater to boot.
He raises his head to squint in your direction.
Eh? What do you want? I don't advise eating here, and there's nothing to buy. And either way, we're closed.
The shopkeeper rises from his seat, and you notice he's sporting a peg where his left leg should be. The old man frowns and sniffles loudly.
You want to write a complaint? Go ahead.
He looks at you for a minute. When he realizes you're not going to complain, the surly expression slowly leaves his face. The angry look turns to a sad one.
Ugh.
After a brief pause, he speaks again.
Yeah, well, I do have some problems.
Melville waves you aside. He's sad and frustrated.
Well, look at you in your shiny new weaponized monkey suit. You work with the blacks, don't you? And why don't your bunch ever do crap? We simple folks got some real problems on our hands here, you know?
The old man lowers his voice, almost to a whisper.
The oranges pick on me. Escapees by the look of it. They demand food, money, gas. I've got a turret at the entrance, but it doesn't do no shit. I stand in, screwed something up with the circuitry in the basement. Gotta take a look when I get a chance. But with my leg acting up, those rickety stairs just ain't my cup of tea. So here I am, sitting and playing chess, waiting for those bastards to come back.
Melville's getting grim again. He adds,
It's my business, and you'd best stay out of it. But if you want to, here's the key. Go down to the basement and see if you can do something with the generator. Maybe you could get the turret to work. That'd make things easier.
The old man sniffs, annoyed.
Get some noodles from the vending machine there. I told you we're closed. There aren't any deliveries.
The old man throws up his hands with a scowl.
Oh, then go fix it.
What the hell? Okay.
How should I know? You came in and sat down. Ask them yourself.
The old man grumbles.
Hi there.
Ha! You're like, hey, I want some drugs too.
Why
nice
should
chatting.
we depend on rational knowledge? Reason leads us up a blind alley over and over again. There are only two true paths to knowledge. Mystical epiphanies and my books.
Right. What has reason ever given us anyway?
As you well know, 2 + 2 = 4. The earth goes around the sun, and you should wash your hands before you eat.
That is true. And that means everything else in this book is also true.
Trap discovered? What's new trap?
I pity them.
I got some scissors. apparently there's mines. So I'm not gonna mess with that. Crafting station. You can make a ship? What? Ah, 30. Let's see. Alright. Oh, he said there's a basement somewhere. I don't remember them. That's a basement somewhere else. That was weird. Alright, radioactive. Can you give me like yellow pills or something? We can't go that way because I don't have anything to disarm the traps. Apparently. There's another way. What the? Can't go to sleep. What is this?
Howdy.
Provided you survive, of course.
I hope to see you again soon.
Well, the only other way is go over here.
Good day to you.
At gas station, he's holding a cotton pad and balancing a piece of rock on his knees. The blue moisture of the cotton pad, which alcohol and runs it over the stone, then squeezes the essence into the metal jar, jar emits a golden light. Cotton pad freezes mid-wipe. The blue looks up. You read his badge, Travis Reitman, explosive ordnance disposal. Are you going inside the gas station? I wouldn't recommend it. Blue sequences the pad and senses it inside. You can see he's a little nervous. Ask him what's wrong with the gas station. Reitman shivers as if suddenly chilled. It's like this. There are all kinds of anomalies, and some of them are just horrible. You get me? There are a lot of such places, and awful things happen to anyone who stumbles across them. The gas station itself isn't that bad, but the basement, of course. There's something there, something like a tree, and it's running out of room. Soon it will be too big for the space. Mark my words, sometimes it sheds these smaller relics. They're nothing special, but they do protect you from all kinds of anomalies, which is useful. I found one myself, but the effects has already worn off, and I'm not going back for another. Just as you to lean in. There's someone in the basement. Easy someone. Not alive, but also not dead. In one word, a nasty thing. I don't recommend meeting it. That's what he's doing. It scans you closely. That's not a rhetorical question, is it? I'm sitting outside a weird gas station with a basement shrouded out weird tales, mining relic dust. That's if it's illegal. He crosses his arm. Technically no, but Cronus encourages the black market for relics every way they can. So, ask if he has anything interesting around here. This place is full of interesting stuff. It's an anomalous zone. After all, missionary doesn't last long in this area. So I walked here. The whites say it's typically retrograde anomalies, and I even know where the source is. The blue turns and looks meaningful at the gas station behind him. It's all from the gas station. There's a huge second-class fractured relic in the basement, and sometimes small and golden balls fall off it. I would take a couple of myself, but well, there's something weird going on in there. I advise you to stay away. Travis falls quietly. He looks at the exterior. Oh yeah, there's a path behind the diner that leads into the swamp. That's where you find them. I marked the place where they go. It's beautiful, of course. And working with the swamp told me you're swimming the fire here. Well, obvious arm. You better not go. I'm glad the passage to the swamp has been blocked off. The rocks feel safe. As long as you leave me out of it. 2 words. Something living, there's something alive, and barely.
See ya.
So, something alive in the basement. You go in the forest? On smoke? Oh, you cannot. God. I wouldn't go that way. Yeah, this is so much fun. Potatoes? Heck yeah. And then potatoes. Packaged water? Hell yeah. Eggs? Transfer all. Chair, I don't want to sit in the chair. Alright. Let's go down to the basement. Let's see what's in the basement. I don't want that. Why'd you have into useless? What's this? Energy resistance plus 45. Biochemical resistance plus 15. That's definitely coming in handy. Alright, search toolbox. Simple lockpick. Ooh. Oh yeah, I want my simple lockpick. Oh. Search toolbox again. Search this. Hammer. That's for all. Leave that in there. Crafting. I don't think I can craft anything, can I? I can have sterile bandage. Craft max. Yeah. Can't craft anything else anyways. Use. Blake? Okay. What's in here? Weapon power cell, handgun cartridge, air gun power. I don't have a gun, so it would be pointless to even grab it. The lock? Okay, so we'll go. Wait, come on, I can't. Okay, I was gonna say, what the hell? I can unlock this. Alright, insufficient ability. What? Oh my. Can I punch it open? Ugh. Ha! It worked. Fixer. I'm down. I can rest? Okay. Let's look in the boxes and then go down to the basement. Where there's apparently scary things. Oh snap. There we go. Ooh, roadside picnic station, post gas station, basement. Okay. What the heck is that thing? So he heals from the poison. That makes sense. Techno Woman comic book issue. Check plus 20 temporary. Alright. Oh, I don't know where this leads me. Oh! I did a no-no! Oh my goodness. That didn't work at all. Alright, I have 8 points. And all I have is melee weapons. Can I activate stealth and then stealth attack him, maybe? Oh. God. Wait, he doesn't have armor, so that would make sense. Damage 6% of plus 5. Oh, poison to increase the heat year round. So not only am I poisoned, I'm hurting. I died! Your earthly path has come to an end. Load. I need a range ability. Shit. And the fact that the poison on the ground doesn't go away. Now that I think of it, I don't think it does. Alright. Oh, let's see. Does it go away? So it is an anomaly. But it's still poisons. But why? Sterile bandages. Major radio protection launched was based on so annoying. Alright, well, I guess, that's me. Oh! That was great and all, but I don't have no gun, dude. Like, I don't know what you expect me to do. Go inventory. Oh, can't even do that. All I know is there are a bunch of poison and a tree. We're gonna come back to this, alright? Either come back to it or find a gun or something. Goodness, like. Show only available. Nope. Again. So 2 medkits. Yeah, that's cool. Right, who am I running on? Oh, that. Ah, skill points. Okay. We'll take right here. Crit status, abilities, criminal, like pickpocket, and unlock. Tech 15. Tech 15, allow you to scrap inventory items for parts. Allow you to remove useful parts and components from different objects. heavy guns. It's just we don't have any heavy guns. I have a feeling it shouldn't be over here because I don't even have a gun. Don't mind me, I'm just come over here. So I can make a ship. I can make a ship, guys. I can make shotgun shells. Nice, I can't make. No. I got experience points for that. That's pretty cool. Alright, inventory. Alright, shiv. I'll replace the shiv with this. I feel like that's a cool idea. Nope. Says I think I've checked everything in here. Can I rest anyway? Let's see. Just an idea. That's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Those who are watching post stream, don't forget to hit that follow button or the follow button. That's Twitch. My bad. Man, YouTube. So don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon for more content. So have a great night, and I'll see you on the flip side.